Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know if you can see this, but it is snowing and it's so pretty because the snow is like these giant white snowflakes just coming down slowly. I woke up to this at 4 o'clock this morning, which is really beautiful actually. Just one problem, the power is down and my internet on the phone is also down, which is strange because they're not related. So I'm in the garage currently hunting for emergency candles and extra blankets to keep the birds warm. Yeah, we had a snowstorm. I could hear the branches of the trees snapping and breaking, so they must have fallen on some power lines, but that doesn't explain the phone internet being off. I have been gone for a little while. It's been hard to keep up with videos because I've been in and out of doctor's offices and the hospital. If you've been following my channel, you know that I've had cancer a couple of times. Well, it's actually come back again. So I'm not sure what the next steps are. I have a consultation with a different doctor on the 19th. So I just recently had thyroid surgery. I don't know if you can see this bruise, but it's pretty big. It looks yellow. So I had surgery on my thyroid about 6 days ago. And they went in with a special needle that does microwaves. And so what they did was they just kind of like numbed the area. I was laying down, they went in with the needle and they were trying to kill the benign tumor that's been on my thyroid for about 15 years because it was getting pretty large. So they said they got 80% of it, and now it's just waiting to get it measured and an ultrasound done, and it's not going to finish healing and shrinking down for another 6 months. And in the meantime, my arm and my hand is still recovering. So I'm able to straighten out my arm now, and I can move this pretty well. I can't get all the way to my head with my elbow yet, but I'm working on it, and my wrist is better, but I am having pretty severe hand issues. So my hand really kind of got damaged when it was immobile for 6.5 weeks, and so I wake up a few times a night in pain and kind of, I wouldn't say stiffness, it's almost like it's locked in to like a solid position, so I have to work with it for at least 15 to 20 minutes and then I can go back to sleep. This week I'm going to order some red light therapy machine for my arm and my hand. Okay guys, my daughter and I are doing a little cosplay today. So she did my makeup. This is like a Sailor Moon. Anyway, I am going to make us a cinnamon apple sourdough fritter. I call it a fritter, but some people might call it a Dutch baby. So this is the sourdough, and this sourdough starter is actually probably around 7 months old. And so it's nice and strong, and I'm gonna whip it up with some chopped apples, some eggs, cinnamon, maple syrup, a little bit of milk, and we are going to bake it in the oven in a cast iron skillet for like 40 minutes. So I've just poured about 1 cup of sourdough starter into the bowl. Okay, so we're just going to put 2 eggs in the bowl. There we go. And we're going to mix that with a little bit of cinnamon and milk. So now I've turned the oven on to 380, and I'm going to go get my pan. I have this cute little 8-inch pan, and it is cast iron, so it's really healthy and it lasts forever. And over here I've got salt, cinnamon, eggs, a little bit of milk, and sourdough starter, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of flour. I just added 1/4 cup of flour and 1/8 cup of water to this because I didn't have enough sourdough starter. Otherwise I just would have used all sourdough starters. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add a little bit of maple. Just a little tiny bit, like a tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. Something like that. And I'm gonna whisk this together. If I can find a whisk. And I'm going to chop up 1½ apples and add it to the mixture. Meanwhile, the oven is heating up. Okay, while I am chopping the apple, I am going to put my little cast iron griddle in here with the butter. Just let it heat up while I'm chopping the apples. Okay, so we've got our apple. And we're just going to slice this up. Oh, shoot. Oh, whatever. So just slice that up into like little sections. Nice thick batter with beautiful apple chunks, and we are going to put this in our skillet as soon as it heats up and the butter is all melted. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the oven to preheat, I'm going to feed my sourdough starter. So I'm going to put about 1/3 cup flour and 1/3 cup water to feed my sourdough starter, so that I can have a nice amount, probably around to here, so that tomorrow I can make a bread or muffins or something. Okay, some water in there and some flour. You can feed your sourdough starter every day if you want some type of pastry or bread or something like that daily. I'm going to mix this up. Or if you don't want to bake that often, you can actually just feed your starter and put it in the refrigerator for up to 7 days before you have to use the flour and the water to refeed it. And so I just put a coffee filter on top and a little rubber band to kind of keep it on there real good, because you don't want to close it off too much because it needs air as well. So it's nice and warm. If you want it to bubble up fast, you put it in a warm spot. If you want it to wait for a while, you can put it in the refrigerator. Okay, let's see if that pan is ready. Oh yeah, it looks ready. The butter is nice and melted, so we're going to pour our mixture in there. I only have one hand, so I'm just going to be pouring it into here myself like this, but if you have 2 hands, you can take it out. Well, actually, I could probably take it out. Let me take it out. Okay, time to take it out of the oven. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh, look at that, you guys. Just look at that. It turned out beautifully. It puffed up and it's all golden around the edges. The apples are fully cooked. You can see the butter bubbling around the edges. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? All right, we're gonna put some honey on here. Just a little drizzle of honey. Woo. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat this. So yum. You can also add some other fruit to it. You can put some sliced bananas, some strawberries, whatever you like. As usual, it's a big hit. There's only 1 slice left. We're saving that for Matthew. He's sleeping right now, so. Here's our little talkie bird. Hi, Talkie. Say hello to your friends on YouTube. So I made this film a couple of years ago when I was out in the Dakotas, and I was meeting up with some friends to search for extraterrestrials. So we did a CE5 meeting, which is really fun. And so I made this film, and I put some special effects in it, and it's almost kind of geared toward kids in a way, but not really. I don't know. I think you'll find it fun and interesting. So I'm going to post it. You can have a look. I also created a couple of kids' stories a couple of years back. So I'm going to have a couple of clips about those two books at the end. I hope you enjoy my film, and I hope to be well enough to bring you a new film that I'm planning very soon. Okay, so here we go. Roll the film. It's like 95 degrees out here, you guys. I just loaded up my van and I'm headed out to my land to meet some friends. We're gonna do a CE5 meeting to see if we can contact extraterrestrials. So hold on to your hats. All loaded up for the trip. Lots of junk. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Beautiful out here, you guys, but it's darn hot. It'll be pretty interesting to do this CE5 group. I've been a part of this CE5 for quite a few months, but this is our first actual meeting. So, first time we're actually getting together. after leaving my trees alone out here and not even watering them for quite some time, they seem to be doing really well. So here's the gooseberry bush, and I'm planning on watering them today and filling up their bags. It looks like this little tree is just kind of getting pulled over. It's pretty incredible that my trees have survived, because I haven't been out here to water them in over a month, and we've been having a drought. The wildflowers are so pretty. My CE5 group and I have arrived at the campground. So we're set up with a tent and vans and SUVs, and it's starting to turn into dusk, so we are going to be heading out to pick a place to do our CE5 meeting. Come on, little Kenley. This is Kenley. Kenley is one of my biggest fans for my book. thanks for coming, you guys. I love you all, really. Thank you for your prayers. I'll see you next time. Bye.